Make the ground shake.
So, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gummy, and today we are doing the Burger King tutorial. Before this video starts, I want to make a quick announcement. I realised whilst editing that I didn't really make it too clear. So, if you're building this tutorial and you want to do the exterior, as you can see here, we've got a bit of a car park area and a patio area. One thing you need to consider is your road positioning. So, my road here, this is a road I built. There's a 16 block gap between this block here and this one here. This is like the furthest way part of the building at the front. This part, as you can see, sticks out a bit. This is the setback part, which is the start of the drive-thru. So from this block here to this block over here is 16 blocks, including both of them. So it's 14 gap in between. Now, if you've already built your road and it's closer, then feel free to work with that. Again, this is what you can see the building in terms of the gap. It's 16 blocks. If yours is closer, then work accordingly. You won't be able to do this exterior part, but again, that's up to you. But if you are building in a new flat world, as you can see like this, or in a plot, then leave a 16 block gap between this part of the build and the road. That's just a quick announcement. With that said, I do hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you there. So, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gummy, and today we are here with another tutorial, another restaurant tutorial to be more specific. Today we are doing Burger King. So I kind of teased this a little bit in the KFC tutorial not too long ago by kind of commenting on the Burger King's architecture and how poor it generally is, and you'll see this in this build. I tried to make it as interesting as possible, but generally the actual Burger King buildings are very square and very plain and use just a creamy colour, and that's why there's a lot of sandstone in this build. But again, I've tried to spruce it up a little, not physically with spruce wood, but actually make it look a bit more interesting, a bit more vibrant, a bit more out there, and yeah, hopefully you like it. So with that said, this video might appear a bit choppy, and that's because it is really super hot right now in the UK, and I'm going to have to pause the video every so often to just whack my fan on and just chill out a little bit. Actually chill out a little bit because it's really hot and I don't want to pass out. So again, apologies for that, but I'll try and edit it so it's nice and smooth. So anyways, what we're going to start by doing is listing off the blocks you're going to need for this tutorial. These are the basic blocks, and we might be covering a little bit of the exterior, but I will be doing a separate video with the interior and anything we don't do of the exterior. And again, I'll leave a link to that in the description. It will go live next week on the Tuesday on my second channel, so again, stay tuned for that. And again, my second channel is youtube.com/gbgamescreations, so head over to there, subscribe to there, and stay tuned for the interior/full exterior tutorial. And yeah, that should be cool. But anyways, as you can see here, there's the basic blocks you're going to need. So you're going to need black wool, red wool, smooth sandstone, sand-stained clay, blue wool, block of quartz, yellow wool, polished andesite, jungle leaves, birch planks, quartz slab, stone slab, light grey stained glass panes, rails, cobblestone wall, cauldrons, and spruce doors. So a bit of a random mix-up there of different blocks and stuff like that. But anyways, what we're going to do now is find where you want to build your restaurant. So leave a bit of a gap between the front of the restaurant and the road. I'd say normally about 11 or 12 block gap. And what we're going to do is start off by placing 4 sand-stained clay. Now the building is going to come forwards 2 more blocks, so bear that in mind. Give at least a 2 block clearance. From here, what we're going to do is go diagonal to left, forwards, and to the right, using red wool. And then to the left, we're going to place 2 black wool, and then on the right, we're going to place 2 black wool. So it should currently be looking like this. Now, what we're going to do is work on the left side, and we'll work our way all the way around back to the right side. So for the left side, we're going to come to this black wall here, and we're going to come around to the side of it. So you should be currently looking at a view that looks like this. You can see side on of what we just built. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left using black wool, and then we're going to go diagonal forwards to here using smooth sandstone. And it will create a corner that looks like this. From this smooth sandstone here, we're going to go back to a front view, and we're going to go 7 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 8 in total. And then what we're going to do is go diagonal forwards using 1 black wool. We're going to go 1 to the left using black wool, diagonal backwards using red wool, and then diagonal backwards using black wool. And that is essentially the basic shape this foundation of the building is going to take. So what we're going to do now is actually build up what we just built and make it into the actual front of the building. However, again, that's the foundations, and you can see here, this is what it looks like. So the other side is very, very similar, but again, we'll come back to that in a second. What we're going to do now is come back to this red wall. So on this red wall, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do the same on this one. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to link these together by going 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and it will give you a doorway which looks like this. We're then going to make this sandstone clay a doorway, so we build up 2 on either side, join it 2 in the middle, and punch out the 2 blocks in the middle to give us an inner doorway, and this is where our doors are going to be. So if you want to, just to like get it out the way, go ahead and replace these 2 blocks here with your birch planks, and then go ahead and whack 2 of the spruce doors right there, and as you can see, that's our doorway complete. That's one thing ticked off the list. Okay, so what we're going to do now is on this black wall here, we're going to build up 13 blocks. So it's 14 in total, but this block here is of course the 14th, so we're going to build up 13. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we're going to do the same for the block to the left of it. So we build up 13, it will come up to the same height, and you should now have a 14 by 2 rectangle like this. Now we're going to replicate this on this side. Now I'm just going to guess, I'm not going to count up properly, I'm just going to build to roughly the same height and make sure it is the same height. There you go, so that is 14 tall, and then we just build this one up the same. So same applies on the right side as the left, up 14, 14 by 2 area. This area here will be 10 tall and of course 6 wide, so we're going to go ahead and also fill this in using black wool. So on top of the red wall we just build up 10 using black wool, and we do this all the way across, and once you've gone ahead and done that, you'll be left with a 14 tall by 10 wide area, which is of course going to be the front of the building. We will be smacking a giant corporate Burger King logo right on the middle here, but again we'll discuss that later on in the video. So again, just for measurements, it's 14 tall, 10 wide, and then the doorway, the red part is 4 tall, 6 wide, and the sand part is 3 tall and 4 wide. Okie dokie, so what we're going to do now is move around to the left side and this black wall here. We're again going to build up 13 blocks, so to the same height as this part. And we're going to do this all the way across. It helps if you don't chuck out the block like I just did there. So we just do it all the way across, and you'll have a 14 tall by 4 wide section like this. Now we will be extending it a bit further back later on, but for now we're going to worry about this sandstone area. So for this sandstone area, what we're going to do is, starting on the right side, we're going to build up 8 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here we're going to build 7 to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if you build down it should link up perfectly like so, and it will be 8 wide and 9 tall. What we're then going to do is the first 4 layers, so this one here is 1 row of sandstone, smooth sandstone to be more precise. We're then going to do 4 layers of light grey stained glass. I was about to say stained clay there, stained glass. So 4 layers of that, and this part is 6 wide. So each layer is 6 wide, and then we have a block of smooth sandstone on each side surrounding it. On top of this, we're going to fill in the remaining 3 layers using your smooth sandstone, so this is a lot easier. And there will be a few details, but we'll add that later on. At the moment, we're just building the core walls and foundations. So as you can see, that's how it connects to this black wall here, is it connects diagonally, and that is, again, 9 tall, 8 wide, and looks like this. If you want to pause, let me get rid of that, there you go. So if you want to pause, again, that's what it looks like, and if you want to pause from the side angle, again, this is 14 tall, 9 tall. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to get our red wall, and on top of this smooth sandstone, we're going to place a row of 8 red wool. Now, when I say 8, I'm technically lying, because we're going to build it across 3 blocks more, so it's 11, and then build it down till it hits this red wall right there. So it should look like this. Now, what you could go ahead and do here is fill this part in with red wool, but again, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll be covering it up by using this black wool by building up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it should come up one block taller than the red wall, and that will all become apparent later on why. And then we build up 10 for this one, so it's again one block taller than the red wall. And once you've done that, it will look like this. Now again, I'll explain later on in the video why we have done that, with the black wall being one taller than the red wall. Again, it's pretty apparent, it's more of a structural beam, but again, later on. So what we're going to do now is kind of head round to the left side of the build. So as you can see here, we've got it so it kind of corners off a bit. We've got the two black wall, then it goes diagonal into this pillar of red wall, and then diagonal again into the black wall. What we're going to do is expand this black wall one to the left. So from a side point of view, it's one to the left. From a front point of view, it's one backwards. And again, we're going to build it up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same with this one, up 10, up to the same height. Now eventually these will connect together, but again we'll talk about that later on in the video. So what we're going to do is back on the bottom again, because we're going to be working on the foundations. We're going to go in diagonal one, so set it back one block using smooth sandstone, and then we're going to expand it to the left 13 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is now 14 wide, this section of smooth sandstone. What we're then going to do is build up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then build across all the way until we hit the black wall right there. And then down, and it will link up, and that will give you a 14 wide by 9 tall area. And from a side angle you can see it looks like this. Now the good news is it's the exact same in terms of height as the front, so you can tell if it matches up. You come to a smooth sandstone here, and then come around the corner, it's the same height, so that's perfect. So again, 9 tall and 14 wide. Now similar to what we did at the front side, we're now going to grab our light grey stained glass panes, and the first 4 layers are going to be of the glass. Now the glass layers are 12 blocks wide each, but again it's 14 in total because we have a 1 block of smooth sandstone either side. But again, 4 layers of glass. It's a real, I was going to say it's a real pain to place, but that would be a little cheeky pun in there. But it is really, really horrible to place, and the quicker we do it, the better, I guess. But again, 12 wide and 4 tall. Let me get rid of this real quick, and then we fill in the remaining 3 layers using our smooth sandstone, like so. So again, just to go over it, we have 4 layers of glass, and then 4 layers of sandstone. Now this is the 4th layer, but we've already placed it, so that's why that's that. So on top of this, what we're going to do is place a layer of 14 red wool. So you just build a layer of 14 red wool. It's as easy as that, and it will link up perfectly. And what you can go ahead and do is link this to the side part of red wool here by placing 2 red wool behind this black wool, and it will link up and give you a corner angle that looks like this. So again, this whole section here, 14 wide and 10 tall with the red wool on top. So what we're going to do now is do another back corner, and this is going to be one of the like little towers, because the buildings have these, they're kind of like towers, but they're kind of not. I know that's a really poor explanation, but it's like points where the building goes up a bit and has a bit of an interest point to it. So what we're going to do is go to the bottom left corner of this smooth sandstone here, and we're going to go out diagonal 1 block and bring it towards this one using 1 red wool. We're then going to bring it forwards 1 again, so it's now 2 out, and then we're going to go 4 to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 wide, and it extrudes from the building 2 blocks. What we're going to do is build 6 layers on top of what we just built. So as you can see, it's kind of like an L shape from the side. We're going to build 6 layers on top of it. So that's the first layer, the second, third, fourth, fifth, and finally 6th layer. So right now it should be 7 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As you can see, 7 tall. So from a front perspective, it is 7 tall, 5 wide, and from the side it's 7 tall, 2 wide. On top of this, what we're going to do is 6 layers of the exact same shape, but this time using black wool. So this is the first layer, then we got the second, third, fourth, fifth, and finally 6th layer. So again, it should be 13 tall at this point, 7 of red wool and 6 layers of the black wool. It should look like this. Again, it's 5 wide, 13 tall, and again at the side it's 13 tall and 2 wide. So this is like the little side pillar slash tower that we're going to have at the back left corner of the build. So what we're going to do now is come around to the actual back of the build. So right now you should be facing towards the front, what we built before. And what we're going to do is make this kind of corner off and form it into the back of the restaurant. So we come down to the bottom corner of this red wall here, and we're going to expand 1, 2, 3, 4 over to the left. And then essentially we're just going to match up what we have at the side. So again, it's going to be 5 wide and 13 tall. So the first 7 layers is red wool, and then we have 6 layers of black wool. So we just build it up to the same height as what is at the side. Again, that being 7 layers of red wool and 6 layers of black wool. And it'll give you, again, shape that's like this, 13 tall and 5 wide. So it's the exact same as what we built at the side. From a side angle, you can see that that is the case. So, coming back round to the rear side, again, we should be facing towards the front. What we're going to do now is start building the rear of the restaurant. Now, this is a very, very plain part, and the reason why I've chosen to keep it plain, not only is because the real restaurants in IRL are very, very plain, is because we're going to have a drive-thru here. And the thing that makes it different from the previous restaurant builds I've done is the drive-thru doesn't have a roof. So, we need a flat surface. And normally the flat surface would be covered up by a roof and it would look a hell of a lot more interesting. But because we haven't got a roof, it looks a bit plain. Again, you can play around with that, but I've already done it. And I think personally it just looks better if you keep it a nice flat surface. Again, we will be adding some form of detail, but it's not going to be too much. So what we're going to do is go diagonal from this red wall here outwards. So we're bringing it 1 away from the front of the build. And then we're going to go 23 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's 24 blocks in total. Again, 1 to 24. So you build the original block and then you go 23 to the left. What we're now going to do is build up 5 on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's now 6 tall. And we do the exact same on this side, again using smooth sandstone. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we build all the way across 22 blocks and it will link up perfectly and give us a 6 tall by 24 wide rectangle, as you can see right here. Again, just to repeat that, it is 6 tall and 24 wide. Now in this lower section here, what we're going to go ahead and do is fill it all in using our light grey stained glass. Now this is an absolute joy, as you can imagine, and if you are building this as we speak, you'll experience the pain, again that was unintentional, of placing these panes, because they are really horrible. I don't know why it is, but the Xbox hitbox for these, when you build them on PC, they're generally alright, but the hitbox on Xbox is awful, and compared to again, PC, it's really difficult to place them. You end up doing this a lot, and then when you try and punch them out, you end up taking out the original one like that, and it's just really, really tricky. But once you get the habit, I guess it's relatively easy. As you see there, it didn't take me too long. So again, just to repeat that one last time, it's 6 tall and 24 blocks wide, and we have a big old window. On top of this, on top of the sandstone, we're going to place a row of 24 blue wool. So again, you don't have to count because it's 24 wide anyway, so it's just a row on top. And on top of that, we're going to place 2 rows of 24 sandstone, smooth sandstone to be more precise. I really should start specifying it's smooth sandstone and not normal sandstone. And then finally, on top of this, just to top it off, we're going to place a layer of 24 red wool. And when I back up, you'll be able to see, if I don't break that, that is, that it will look like this. So, again, we got the window, which is 6 tall, 24 wide. We've got a layer of blue wool, 2 layers of smooth sandstone, and a layer of red wool. So in total, it is 10 blocks tall. Again, 24 wide. Now, again, we'll be coming back later on and adding some more detail. But for now, what we're going to do is come to the left corner and start making an edge round towards the right side of the front of the building. So, from this smooth sandstone here, we're going to go in diagonal, so going 1 block towards the front of the build, using black wool, and we go 1 to the left. We're then going to go in diagonal twice, using smooth sandstone, and then in diagonal again, using black wool. This now is technically the right side, so we're going to focus on this part for now. So what we're going to do is, on top of this black wool here, we're going to build up 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, will be one block taller than this red wall here. And the same on this one, up 10, up to the same height. So that will be 11 tall and 2 blocks wide. For this smooth sandstone here, what we're going to do is build up 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with this one, up 5. On top of it, place 1 blue wall on each one. Up 2 using smooth sandstone, and then 1 red wall to top it off. So it's the same pattern as this back of the building right here. As you can see, it's like diagonally curving round onto the side of the building. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get our black wall, and we're now coming around to the right side, so you should be able to see the left side straight ahead. We're going to go 1 block to the left using our black wall, and on top of this we're going to build up 10. So again, it's up to the same height as this one here, and that gives us another 11 by 2 pillar of black wall, again 1 block taller than this part here. So for the side of the building, the right side, this is where the drive-through windows are going to be, so we'll be punching some holes in the wall later on. But for now, what we're going to do is from this black wall here, we're going to go out diagonal, place 1 sandstone block, 1 smooth sandstone, and then go 14 blocks to the left. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's now 15 wide, and we're going to build 5 layers on top of it. So 6 layers of 15 smooth sandstone. So if you're building this in survival, this build is going to take a lot of sand. You're going to be mining up all your deserts for days upon days. But again, I think it's worth it. Maybe that's me just being a bit biased, but let me know so far what you're thinking of the build if you're on the comment section. So again, that is 6 tall and 15 wide. The 7th layer, so we're going to build a layer on top, is 15 blue wall. And just like what we did at the rear side, we're going to place 2 layers of smooth sandstone, so 15 smooth sandstone times 2. And then on top of that, we're going to place a layer of 15 red wall. Again, it will be 1 block lower than the black wall right there, and in total it will be 10 tall and 15 wide. So as you can see here, this is how it like curves around from the rear of the building, but I'll talk about that again in more detail. We'll do a little like spin around of the building before we move on to adding the roof and details. So to curve it back around to the front of the building, what we're going to do is again similar to what we did in the back corner over there. We're going to be doing a little mini tower. So we're going to bring it forwards 1 diagonally, placing 1 red wall, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left using red wall. On top of this, what we're going to be doing is placing 6 layers of red wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you've done it correctly, it should come up to the same height as the blue wall here, and it will connect up diagonally like so. Now on top of this, we're going to be placing 6 layers of 4 black wall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, you'll have a 13 tall by 4 wide area. Now the only difference with this one to the other side is the other one sticks out 2 blocks, this side only sticks out 1. But as you can see, it will look like this, and we can now move back around to the front of the building and connect it back up to the main hub, I guess you could call it. So coming back around to the front side, what we're going to do, starting on the red wall here, we're going to expand it 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and then we're going to bring it all up to the same height. So we go layer by layer, so that's 6 layers on top of red wall, so it's a 7 tall by 5 wide area of red wall. And then on top of that, we're going to place 6 layers of black wall. So that will be a 6 tall by 5 wide area of black wall. Again, it'll come up to the same height and will be a nice corner like this. And that is what that will look like. Next, what we're going to do is do the right window. So for the right window, we're going to go round to the left side of this red wall here. And we're going to go in 1. So we bring it inwards 1 towards the center of the building. We're then going to go up 6 using red wall, and then up 6 using black wall. That is the little side of the tower here. What we're then going to do is from this block at the very bottom, go diagonal, place 1 smooth sandstone, and then we're going to go 7 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as you can see, that's now 8 wide of smooth sandstone. And the way we're going to connect this back to here is we're going to get our black wall, and from this point here we're going to go 1, 2, 3 backwards, and as you can see it connects up diagonally perfect like so. So for this black wall section, what we're going to do is simply just build up 13 all the way across, and that will give you a 14 tall by 4 wide area of black wall. And then for the smooth sandstone, it's very, very similar. In fact, the exact same to the other side. So what we do is on the left side, we build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same on the right side, we build up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we build across 6 blocks, link them together. So that is a 9 tall by 8 wide area. Again, very, very similar to the other side. For the first 4 layers, so we got the first layer of smooth sandstone. We then have 4 layers of 6 light grey stained paints. So 4 layers of the glass. And then we have the 4 layers of smooth sandstone, but we're only placing 3 layers again because we've already got this one right here. So this is the first layer, then the second, the third, and of course the fourth is this one right here. So again, that is 9 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and on top of that we're going to place a row of 8 red wool just to cap it off. And once you've done that, you have built the general walls and general building of the restaurant. So what I'm going to do is, before we move on, we're going to have a little spin around the restaurant, and I'll show you an upwards view of what it should be looking like so far. So as you can see, it is a relatively rectangular building. There's a few points where it curves, such as the top right corner, but in majority it's very, very simple, and it's one of those builds that doesn't really require much effort to follow, which is always really nice. Not only for me, but for you guys as well. It makes your guys' life a lot easier. So as you can see, what we're missing here, we're missing a roof, but we're also missing a bunch of details, and that's what we're going to discuss in a second. We're going to go around the building and add some half slabs. But first, I guess we'll complete the roof because it's the majority of the work, and also we'll be completing the floor inside the building. But again, we won't be doing the interior, we'll just be doing the floor, and then we'll talk more about the interior in the other video that I'll discuss later on. But anyways, with that said, let the spin around the building part begin. So we've got the front part here, which is the main area where we got the logo and the doorway. Again, this is going to be 14 blocks tall and 10 wide. We then come around to the left corner here, and as you can see, it extends backwards 4 blocks to the left side, where we have this smooth sandstone area, which is 9 tall, 8 wide, with the 10th layer being red wool. We've got this corner here with the black pillars being 11 tall and the red pillars being 10 tall, the black pillars being 2 thick. Coming around to the left side now, again we've got another smooth sandstone section which connects up diagonally, and this is 14 wide and 9 blocks tall, the 10th layer being the red wool. We then come out 2 blocks for a 13 tall pillar / tower thingy mabob. Again, the red part is 7 tall, the black wall is 6 tall, and it's 5 thick at the sides. If you come around to the rear of the building now, again it's 5 thick, 13 tall, 7 tall for red, 6 tall for black. For the actual back of the building, this main big strip of window here, it's 24 tall, the bottom window is 6 tall, then we have a row of blue wool, 2 layers of smooth sandstone, and a layer of red wool. Curving back round again, we have this diagonal section, which is where the road is going to curve around for the drive-thru. We have the 2 pillars of black wool, which is 11 tall, 2 thick, and then the 2 pillars of sandstone blue, 2 sandstone red, which is 10 tall. Coming around to the rear right corner of the building, we've got this big area of sandstone again, which is 6 tall, 15 wide, a layer of 15 blue, 2 layers of 15 smooth sandstone, a layer of 15 red, and then again we come 1 block forwards for this final tower, which is again 13 tall and 4 thick on this side, and again that's 7 blocks of red, 6 blocks of black. For the front side it's 5 thick, again same dimensions, 7 and 6, and then we come backwards 2 blocks for this smooth sandstone part, which is the final side, which is 8 blocks wide, and again, I believe 10 blocks tall. So, or in fact it's 9 blocks tall, 8 with the smooth sandstone, or 9 with the smooth sandstone, and then the 10th block being the red wool. I confused myself for a second there, apologies for that. And then finally, to finish it all up and link it, we've got this 14 tall by 4 wide section of black wool for the main part of the front of the restaurant. So that links us back round to the front, and that is a full loop of the restaurant. I'm really hoping you guys are up to this point. If you're not, again, just go back in the video, see where things aren't going quite to plan, and work from there. It's probably the easiest way around it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the drive-through windows, because it's a small detail. Then we'll be adding the majority of details, then the roof, and then we'll go ahead and do the floor and some details on the roof. So for the drive-through windows, we're going to come around to the right side of the building, to this bottom left corner next to the red wall. We're going to leave a 2-block gap, and we're going to bring it forwards 1, 2, 3 using blue wool. Go 1, 2, 3 to the right, and then link back to the wall, and it will give you a U shape with a 2x2 square in the middle. For this, you can either use light grey stained glass. Again, I'm in the habit of staying clay, but I prefer personally to use black stained glass, just because it blends better with the blue wool. You just do 2 layers following the perimeter of the blue wool using your stained glass, whichever one you prefer, and it will look like this. You can punch out the 2 blocks right there, so you actually have an open window, so it actually functions as a drive-through window. But you tend to find in modern times, because the world is a horrible place, that the drive-through windows will actually be closed the majority of the time, because they really don't fancy someone putting like a shotgun through the window and robbing them. So unless they're serving you and handing your food, they're generally closed. I also presume there's other reasons, such as wind getting in, the restaurant being cold, like potential issues with food contamination. I don't know, it's a bunch of reasons, but that's a topic for another video, and that's really not relevant to a tutorial. But anyways, let's continue. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our quartz now, and we're going to do a layer of quartz slabs on top of this drive-through. So we do a 3x4 area, like so it's 4 wide, 3 thick. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is place 2 quartz right there on the back one. You can place another 2 quartz so it has like a little roof. Now if you don't want it sticking out so much, what you can do is essentially just make the drive-through booth 1 block shorter, and it takes up less room, and in fact is probably the better way of doing it. I should have mentioned that before. So you can make it 1 block shorter, again, so it only comes out 2 blocks, and it will look like this. Again, it has the same effect, and then the roof is just 1 block less. For the other drive-through window, again, I will make it 2 blocks thick, but you can make it 3. So we leave a 3-block gap, we place 2 forwards, 1, 2, 3 to right, and then 1 backwards. Again, we do 2 layers of the stained glass paint, whichever one you want. And then on top of this, we're going to place our layers of quartz slabs. So again, it will be 4x2 or 4x3, depending on how much you want the drive-through window to stick out. Either one works perfectly fine. Again, we place the 2 in the middle, 2 blocks, to make it have like a little slanted roof, and it will look like this. Now, of course, if you brought out a 3rd block, it will be 1 block wider, and again has benefits and disadvantages either way. So that is what our 2 drive-through windows look like. Again, there's a 2-block gap on the left, and 3-block gap in the middle, and a 2-block gap on the right. So with that said, that's the small details we're going to add for now. I'm now going to go ahead and add the roof and the flooring inside the building. Now I'll be doing this in a time lapse because it's really long and really boring, but the general gist is the level that the red wall is at, so just in terms of coordinates, the floor level for me is Y5, this red wall here is at Y15. So 10 blocks off the floor on the 10th layer of the build, we're going to fill this whole area in here using red wool. Now if you're on survival and you want to conserve some like materials, this whole area here you're not going to need to fill in, and same with the corners as well, because they'll be hollow and you won't be able to see them. But this whole area, the 10th layer of the build, is going to be red wool. There's going to be a layer of red wool, and then this whole floor level inside the building is all going to be our birch planks. So again, I'm going to do a quick time lapse of me breaking everything and replacing everything, because it does take a fair bit of time and it's boring footage. I honestly don't think I can waffle for 10 minutes, and I don't think you want me to anyways. So with that said, let the time lapse begin. So, as you saw there on that brief time lapse, I say brief, it was like 10 minutes long before I sped it up, I filled in the whole roof using red wool, in line with the layer of red wool going around the perimeter of the building, again the 10th layer. And if we pop on inside the building, you can see that I replaced all the dirt floor with birch planks. Again, we'll be messing around with this a bit more in the interior slash exterior video on the second channel, but for now we're going to use birch planks as the floor. Now, one thing, please, if you're in survival, light this place up using torches temporarily if you want to do the interior, or glowstone slash sea lanterns if you don't. It is really super important that you do, otherwise you're going to come in here and you're going to find a party of zombies, creepers, skeletons, everything, you name it, it'll be in here, and they'll be chilling in Burger King, which I guess is cool. You kind of have some like customers, but a creeper is going to mess your day up, it's going to ruin everything, and you don't want that. So definitely light it up, and it'll make your life a lot easier. But anyways, with that, like a little brief warning there about how to deal with creepers. That's not something I usually do on this channel. It's normally tutorials rather than tips and tricks. We're going to work on the roof and finishing that up. So what we're going to start off by doing is in the top left corner here, we've got this tower. Now, starting at this point here, we're going to expand it 1, 2, 3 on top of the red wall, and then do 2 more layers on top. And essentially, what we're going to do is turn this into a solid tower. So there's the 3 block gap here. We're going to fill this in, and again, once you've gone and done that, it will look like this. Now, what you do is this top part here, there'll be a 3x3 gap. Just fill it in using black wool, and we're going to add half slabs on top of that, but we'll worry about it in a second. For now, we're just doing the black wool and small details, and then we'll come back and do the half slabbing in a second. So what we're going to do here is come to this main body of the black wool, this big black pillar at the front, where we're going to have our logo, and we're going to come to the side of it. Now, at the moment, it's 4 wide. What we're going to do is expand this backwards 10 blocks. So on this red wall here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And same on this side. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from above, it will look like this. So next what we're going to do is bring it together. So there'll be a 8 block gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as you can see. And once you've done that, it will look like this. Now that is 10 wide by 14 tall. Now what we're going to do is bring this up to the same height. So essentially that involves doing 3 more layers of what we've just done of black wool. So we just go around and add 3 more layers on top. And once you've done that, it will bring it to the same height as the rest of the part of the front, the rest of the panel at the front. And we can go ahead and again add a roof to it using solid black wool. So as you can see here, I'm just on the final layer. Again, it's 4 blocks tall, 10 blocks wide, and 14 thick. So as you can see here, it will look like this from above. We go ahead and fill this in using black wool, and then we'll go ahead and add a half slab roof on top of it. So again, this part isn't really 100% necessary. Again, if you're in survival, then you don't really need to do it because the half slabs will cover this area anyways. But again, just for like completion purposes and visual purposes for you guys being able to see what it looks like, I'll fill it in anyway. So as you can see here, very nearly done, just filling in the final 2 rows. And once you've done that, you'll have a 14 by 10 area of black wool. Again, 10 wide, 14 tall. And this is the main part of the, as you can see, it's the part that sticks out the front, but it's also the main beam slash structure of the building. So we now have a right pillar here, the one right at the front. What we're going to do is come to the left side of this and expand it backwards 2 onto the carpet or red wall. Then what we're going to do is from the side, link it up. So place 3 blocks and then build it up 2 blocks to the same height and go ahead and fill it in. Now that will be 4 tall and 5 wide. And what you could do, if you really wanted to, is add a 5th block here, a 5th row, to make it a 5 by 5 if your OCD is out the roof. Now mine is, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Now the reason why it might bother a few of you guys is because the rooftop over there is going to be a square, whereas this one's going to be a rectangle. So if you really want to make it perfect, then feel free to expand this 1 block over, and all you'll need to do then is just make this area so you bring it up 7 using red wool, 6 using black, and it will make perfect sense. But the only thing that will be off again is there'll be a 1 block gap on this side now and a 2 block gap on this side. So it's kind of like you don't really win either how, but it doesn't really bother me that much, and I have extreme OCD, so I can't imagine it would bother too many of you guys. So anyways, what are we doing with these 4 pillars on either side? 2 on the left, 2 on right. Now that is a good question, and that's what I'm going to discuss now. So we're going to go to the top right corner first, and we're going to place a 2x2 of black wall in front of it. Then what we're going to do is from this one here, we're going to go 28 blocks to the left. So essentially you just build all the way across until you hit the black wall of this tower here. And we do the same for the row next to it. Again, it's too thick, so you just build 28 blocks across, and it will link up like so, and you'll have a huge beam going across from the right side of the building to the left. And the same applies for this one. So what we're going to do is place 2 black wall here, and then we're going to bring it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blocks. And again on this one, 17 blocks, and that will be 18 wide in total, and then with this little separate beam coming off the side. So that is the general structure of the roof. It looks like this, and now what we can go ahead and do is start adding the details. So for these details, the majority of them use our quartz slabs. Now we will again be doing a perimeter with the quartz slabs and adding some blue wool, but for now what we're going to do is focus on these 3 towers. So for each one, what we're going to do, starting with the big one, is we're going to place 1 quartz slab and then bring it out 1 so it overhangs 1 block. We're then essentially going to do a perimeter around the whole area. So we don't go on top of the black wall, we go to the blocks surrounding it. And we just do a rectangle essentially around the beam, following all the way around, linking back to the front. As you can see there, it will look like this from above. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is fill this whole area in here using quartz. But as you can see, it has a 1 block overhang, and it makes it look really, really nice, really sleek, really modern. And then you just go ahead and fill this whole area in here using quartz slabs. It does require a lot of quartz. I appreciate that quartz is a pain. However, again, this build in general is going to require a lot more quartz. So if you are in survival, and I really feel for you if you are, then looks like you're going to have to go back to the nether. But as you can see, all I'm doing is just filling it in solid on top of the black wall. This is what I mean about how the black wall isn't 100% necessary, but as you can see, it is making my life a lot easier. I'm not having to place it on top of slabs. I can just place it on top of the already existent black wall. So once you've done that, and you have a solid rooftop of quartz slabs on top of this black wall here, as you can see I have now, and you have a 1 block overhang going around the whole part, we're going to replicate this on both of the little pillar towers on each side. So again, we place it on the black wall, we bring it out 1, and then we do a perimeter around the tower. I'm referring to these as towers because I don't really know the correct terminology for it, as you can see there. And we go ahead and fill it in. Again, if you did extend this 1 block over to make it a 5x5, then extend the quartz over again 1 block. But that's what the front right pillar looks like. And then over to the back left pillar, exact same. Place 1 on a black wall, bring it 1 forwards, and then do a perimeter of quartz slabs around it until we get back round to the front side, and then we fill in the middle part solid, so we have a solid rooftop. Again, as you can see here, just filling it in, a 5x5, and the actual roof itself would be a 7x7. So again, you can see a whole like 1 block outline of the rooftop. And once you've done that, it will look like this. You can see already it's making it look a lot more interesting, a lot less like plain and bland, and already adding a lot more character and shape. So what we're going to do now is, again, with the quartz slabs, we're going to cut off 2 parts of the building. Now, that makes no sense, but it will in a second. So what we're going to do is go to the front side and go to the back left corner, and in line with this black wall here, we're going to go to left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we place 8 quartz slabs between this black wall on the end here and this black wall beam here. We're then going to go around to the right side of the building, and right here next to the final part of the black wall here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks over to the right, again using quartz slabs. Now that will meet up with a quartz slab, which we're going to add in a second, and that will be the final few details. As for the rooftop now, the final few things we're going to add, we need our polished andesite and our rails, and we're going to be adding some ventilation fans. So the ventilation fans we'll be adding is going to go in this big section here, just behind the main beam. So what we're going to do is go into this general area, which we've marked off, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the 5th block from the left of this black wall. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th block, we're going to go in 1, 2, and on the 3rd block, place 1 polished andesite. We're then going to go up 1, right 1, down 1, and make a 2x2 shape. Now, if you've done it correctly, there should be a 2 block gap on this side, and a 3 block gap on this side. Either matters, like it doesn't really matter whether it's 3 on this side, 2 on this side, or 3 on this side, 2 on this side. So you could make it look like that. Again, it would look a bit weird, but this is what it looks like with 3 on this side and 2 on this side. Again, doesn't matter. Do whichever you feel is best. So what we're going to do is leave a 2 block gap, and then we're going to do it again. So 2 block gap, 2x2, 2 block gap, 2x2, 2 block gap, 2x2, 2 block gap, 2x2, and same again. And there'll be a 4 block gap right here. So in total, there is 6 of them, as you can see here. 6 2x2 squares of polished andesite. Then what we're going to go ahead and do is place 4 rails on each one in a circular shape, and it will give you the appearance of ventilation fans, which you commonly see on top of restaurants, buildings, and general like office environments, where they exhale all the fumes and stuff in the offices and I guess ventilate the air inside to make it fresher. So as you can see here, that's what it looks like. Let me get rid of that off my hotbar, and that is our 6 ventilation fans. If you really want to take this to like the next level, you could go ahead and smack some like cobwebs on top and make it look like actual smoke is coming out. But again, that's up to you. You can do whatever you feel is necessary. So anyways, this brings us to the final few parts of the video, which is the real like minor details. First thing we're going to do is in fact add the logo to the front of the restaurant. So we're going to come, of course, to the front of the restaurant and to the top corner. We're going to leave a 1, 2, 3 block gap, and on the 4th block we're going to go down 1. We're then going to place 4 blue wool. So if you've done it correctly, it should be on the 2nd from top row. There should be a 3 block gap, 4 blue wool, 3 block gap. From here we're going to go down diagonal to the left using blue wool, and then down diagonal again. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3. So it's like this so far. Then down diagonal to right twice. We're going to go to right 1 using blue wool, and then essentially we're going to go from here to the top corner using quartz. So we go 2 to right using quartz, up diagonal twice, up 3 times, and then up diagonal to left, and it loops around and makes a circle that looks like this. So inside the actual logo, we're going to do it layer by layer. It was really difficult to design this, took me a while, but I think I got it to something that looks relatively nice. So we're going to need our quartz, yellow, blue, and red. So the first layer, of course, is this part here, which is 2 blue, 2 quartz. The second layer is 1 quartz, 3 yellow. The next layer is 1 quartz, 2 red, 3 yellow. The next layer is 1 quartz, 1 red, 1 quartz, 2 red, 1 yellow. The next layer is 1 quartz, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 quartz, 2 red. The next layer is 1 quartz, 3 yellow, 1 quartz, 1 red wool. And then the final layer is 1 quartz and 3 yellow wool. And that is our logo. Now again, it's not 100% accurate, but it's the best I could get. I spent a lot of time like trying to get it as good as possible, and that was the favorite design I could come up with. So anyways, with that logo done, what we're going to do now is the front porch. So we're going to get our cobblestone wall and our quartz slabs, and we're going to come down to the bottom left corner of this black wall here. We're going to go 1 in and go up 1, 2, 3 using our cobblestone wall. On the right side we do the exact same, so to black wall to right of this red wall here we go up 3 using cobblestone wall. Then what we're going to do is place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quartz slabs on top of the cobblestone going from left to right. We're going to do the exact same again, so we place a layer of 8 quartz slabs in front of it, so it's now 2 thick. The next layer we're going to leave 1 block and place 6, and then there'll be a 1 block gap on this side. So essentially it should go 8, 8, 6 at this point in time, as you can see right here. Now we now have the issue of covering up this red wall, and the way we get around doing that is on the first layer we leave 1 block, we place 6 quartz slabs, there should be a 1 block gap, and then on the next layer we leave a 2 block gap, place 4, and then again there'll be a 2 block gap on this side, and it'll give you something that looks like this. It's a nice rounded porch which has a bit of structure to it. It has like this part here which covers the red wall, so it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and whack some lighting in here and have it so it kind of like glows in the night time. But anyways, that's what the front looks like once you've added the porch and the logo. So if you want to pause here and do the pixel art logo, then you're more than welcome to. I appreciate that it might take longer for some than others, so feel free to pause if you want. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and start adding the blue wall strip and the quartz slabs around the edges. So we're going to start on the left and work our way around, generally like what we did on the building. So we're going to come to the top left corner on the left side of this red wall, and above it we're going to place 1 quartz, bring it 1 forwards, and then we're going to do a row of 8 quartz slabs. So again, it's 1 block overhang. We're not building it on top of the red wall, and I'm doing a horrible job of placing them there, but it looks like this. So it joins this black wall here to this black wall here. As you can see, it overhangs the 1 block, and it's not on top of the red wall, but it's in front of it. So then what we're going to do is the exact same. So we do another row of quartz slabs, but we go down 1, 2, 3. So it's the second from top row of smooth sandstone, and we place a row of 8 quartz slabs. So it should currently be looking like this. Underneath that, we're going to place a row of 8 blue wool. And once you've done that, it will look like this. Now for this lower part here, you can go ahead and add some bushes if you wanted to. I'm going to use jungle leaves. Just build a random variety, so like 2 there, 1 all the way across till the end, and then we build up 2 and then 2 more. And it's just a random pattern. It doesn't really matter what you do. And again, in the exterior, I'll be talking more about that. But this is what it should look like once you've added the quartz slabs. So working our way round to the side now, what we're going to do is again grab our quartz slabs, and we're going to be doing an outline of the top here. So from this black wall here, we're going to go 2 to the left, and then 1 round to loop round the corner like so. Now you can add a quartz slab right there if you want to cover up the red wall. Again, it doesn't really matter. I kind of like it being covered up. Then what we're going to do is get our quartz slabs, and from this black wall here, again, on the lower half, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, over to the left, and it will hit this black wall right here, and it will look like this. Now the same applies for this side as it did with the other side. What we're going to be doing is another strip of quartz slabs. So we come to this red wall here on the right side, we go down 1, 2. So on this second from top layer of smooth sandstone, we're going to place a row again of quartz slabs on the lower half of the block, and then underneath that a row of blue wool. So it's the exact same as the front in the style of having a row of blue wool with quartz slabs on top. Okie dokie, so what we're going to do now is on this side here we've got this tower. Now we're going to make the quartz slabs go round it. So on the lower half of the black wall we're going to bring it forwards 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, and then we're going to make it curve round to the back of the building. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left from here, and then forwards 1. From here, we're going to go 24 blocks to the left because this strip of area is 24 long. So we're going to go all the way across until we hit the other end, and then it will start curving around to the right side of the building. But underneath this, as you can see, we got the row of blue wool. Sorry, I'm colorblind there. We're going to build this 3D, so we're going to build another layer in front of the already existent blue wool. That was more of a marker than it was to point out that that's actually there. And what you can go ahead and do if you want to make this perfect is go and replace this one in the corner with smooth sandstone. So alternatively, you can make it 2 blue wool and it would look like this. But anyways, you'll have a strip of blue wool that goes all the way across like this. In fact, you can place 2 blue wool and it does look better. And we're going to have one on the top as well. So what we did before, we just place 1 on top of the red wall, bring it 1 forwards, and then we're going to place 2 to the side of it so it links into the black wall at the top, and then we're going to build all the way across. Again, it will link up diagonally with the red wall and will provide a outline of the top of the build, and then we link back 1 in to this black wall right here. So once you've done that, it will look like this. That is the rear of the building. And if you want to pause, again, you are more than welcome to do so. So the same applies for this corner here. What we're going to do is we're going to place 2 blue wool right there. And then we're going to go diagonal and basically bring the blue wool forwards like so. Now on top of each blue wool, we're going to place 1 quartz slab. So it will look like this. And then on the same for the top, we're just going to basically do a general surrounding of the edges using quartz slabs. And for this corner here, you can go ahead and place 3 quartz slabs in the corner just to fill it in. Same applies for here, place 2 quartz slabs. We basically just want to give it a sharp edge that doesn't, in fact, go over the red wall, with these 3 blocks here being the exception if you want to. So that's what that corner looks like. So for the final strip of the right side, and then we've got the strip of the front on the right, what we're going to do is this blue wall here, starting from this block here. So we leave the 2 blocks here, which are already 3D as it is. We place a row of blue wool. On top of that, a row of quartz slabs, and then same for the rooftop of quartz slabs. So we go out diagonal. So we place 1 on the red wall, bring it 1 forwards, punch at that, and then go all the way to the left until you hit the red or black wall at the end. Now, as you saw there, this quartz slab here connects to this one, and that kind of finishes up the roof. As you can see there, it gives it a nice defined edge, and this is what it looks like from the right side of the building. So if we head round to the front side, again, same applies. So we go to the top first, place 1 on the red wall, bring it 1 forwards, and then punch out the original, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over to the right, and that's the first part. And then we go to the top left corner again, go down 1, 2, and on the lower half of this block here, so the lower half of the second to top sandstone, we place a row of quartz slabs, and then underneath that a row of blue wool. And it's as simple as that. As you can see, it's a very repetitive pattern around the whole building, but it's a very, very simple one. And like we did on the other side, we can go ahead and grab some bushes and do a little like pattern at the front. We can mirror it almost. So we place a row of bushes, and then on the left side we go up 1, and on the right side we go up 1 and then 2. So it just gives it a bit of character. And then in front of this you can go ahead and place a row of stone slabs. You could even place glowstone underneath it if you wanted it to glow. And same on this side, just place a row of stone slabs, and that will go round to the side of the building and follow it round. We'll talk about that later on in the video when we're doing the exterior. So as you can see, this is what it looks like so far. I'll do a little spin around of the building, and depending on the time, I'll see if we can have a play around with the exterior. So again, this is the front. This is the left side as it curves around the corner. We've got a quartz slab here. Again, this is not 100% necessary if you don't want that one there, but it just makes it look cool nevertheless. Coming around to the left side, it looks like this. Again, wraps around the 2 layers. Coming around to the rear side now, again, wraps around that tower. The blue wool, again, is optional here, but I think it looks better if you do. And then coming around to the right side, we got the back right corner, and finally the right corner. So again, this is what it looks like so far. If you haven't got something that looks like this, then definitely go back in the video, see where things haven't gone quite to plan. But for now, what we're going to do is go and start working on the little mini drive-through roads which we're going to have surrounding the building. Okay, so as you can see here, what I've gone ahead and done in that quick little break is I've built a road. Now the road itself is 7 wide, and the length doesn't really matter because, again, it varies based on what you want to build down there and up there. If you want to have a parade of shops and stuff, then it's going to be, like, unlimited. But the main point is it's 7 wide, and then we've got a 1-block pavement on each side, so it's 9 blocks wide. Now, in terms of where I put this compared to the building, from this red wall block here on the tower, there is a 16-block gap between this and the first block of black wall. Now, I'll prove that to you now. So what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then this block here is the 16th block, and then we have got the first block of the actual road. Now that's important for many reasons, because that's how big our little car park area is going to be. And again, if your road is closer or further away than that, then that's fair enough, you can adjust it and you can do your own exterior. That's up to you. But for this point, I'm just going to be showing you as if you were going to be doing the exterior tutorial by me. So, as you can see, again, this is 16 wide. For the other side, what we're going to do is continue around here where we started with these stone slabs. Now we're going to make it essentially follow round the edge of the building until we get to this red wall tower right here. So once we get to that red wall, it ends off, and we're going to start on the outer layer of the pedestrian area for the exterior of the building. So we come to the left side again, to the bottom left corner of this red wall of the tower, and we bring it 2 forwards, diagonal to side, diagonal. Now from here, what we're going to do is link it all the way back to your road. Now in my case, that's 36 blocks to the right, and if you've built the road 16 blocks away, then it will be 36 blocks to the right. If you haven't, and you've got your own custom road, then again, make, I guess, amends and make changes so that it fits, and you'll have something that looks like this. So essentially, what you want is you want 2 blocks coming out, then go down diagonal to the side, down diagonal, and then to the side till you hit your road. So it doesn't matter how many blocks it is. Again, if you're following my exterior, then it's 37 in total, but just make it go to the road. That's all that really matters. So essentially, this is the inside part of the drive-thru, and same with this one. What we're going to do now is like the perimeter using stone slabs of the drive-thru. So we're going to come around to the rear of the building, and we're on the right side, on the left side, apologies, of this red pillar. So we're going to place 5 stone slabs around the back of this, and then we're going to do a row of 24 stone slabs. Now you can build it on top, but for this part I'm going to build it into, because then it means I can add a little drive-through intercom. So we just do a row of 24 stone slabs, again in the floor, and it will be the same length as the whole back of the building. And it will connect up diagonally to these stone slabs here, which are built on top. We follow this round onto the right side of the building, so we just follow the shape of the building. So in this case it's 2, and then diagonal once, twice, 3, 4, and then to the side 1. And again, it just follows the shape of the building like this. So next what we're going to do is from here we're going to go diagonal twice. Not once, but twice. So it hits this blue wall here. Now in this little gap here, what you can do is grab a piece of glowstone and some bushes, and just place a glowstone, put some bushes there. It's up to you. Just as some like extra detail. Then, what we're going to do is for this 3 block gap in between the 2 booths, we're going to do the exact same. So you leave a 1 block gap where you can place some glowstone and bushes, and you place 3 stone slabs in front of it. So, for the final section, which is this section here, again with the 2 block gap, space for more bushes, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stone slabs. Now, for this part here, you can build it all into the floor, these stone slabs. Again, if you want to, it's up to you, just so it's consistent. But for this point here, I recommend you have it so that it's actually up, because then it's more consistent with this. Otherwise, it looks like this, and it kind of like ends off and goes upwards. Now, the reason why we have it up is because this area is going to be a pedestrian area, and this kind of acts like a curb. But if you don't want that, then feel free to just have it indented into the floor like the rest of it. So anyways, that's the inside layer of the drive-thru complete. We're now going to do the outside layer, which is arguably the more difficult part. So what we're going to do is go to this left side here and start at the road where your road begins. Again, mine is 37 blocks away from that point there, but your road might be different, so feel free to start there. So what we're going to do is punch out a 3 block gap and replace it with black wall, and then we're going to start here at this stone slab. We're going to expand it all the way up until the same height as this part here. So from here, the easiest way probably of doing it is to go 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block, place a half slab, but we're going to indent it into the floor. So the outside layer is going to be in the floor, the inner layer is going to be on top. So for me, the gap between here and over there is 36 blocks. For you, again, it might be different. So all we do is just build all the way until you hit your road. Again, this gap here should be 3 blocks wide because our drive-thru is going to be 3 blocks wide. So we just keep on going until we hit the road right here, and we just go ahead and fill that in using our half slabs. So just build all the way across, fill it in, and then what we're going to do is start curving around to the rear of the building. But right now it should be looking like this. So what we're going to do now, as I said, is start curving it round. So from this point in, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left, so we extend it out 3 blocks, and then we go in diagonal to the side, in diagonal up 1, in diagonal up 1. So you have a corner shape that looks like this. We're going to go ahead and fill it in with stone slabs, again making sure that they're indented into the floor. So this brings us round to the back of the building. What we're going to do is go diagonal, forwards, forwards, forwards. So it's 4 blocks in total. And then what we're going to do is go, again, diagonal one last time. And this is where the long strip is. And this is going to be 30 long. So from this block here, we're going to go 29 blocks over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now if you've done correctly, it should come in line with this one block here, in line with the sandstone pillar, and we go ahead and fill it all in using our stone slabs. So we build all the way across. In total it will be 30 blocks, and it will look like this. So as you can see, it curves around, comes to this point here with a long straight, and now we're going to curve it around to the right side of the building. So for the right side of the building, we're going to come around to the right side, of course, and look at it like this. So we're going to look directly down the side of the building. So we're at the right side facing towards the left side. From here, we're going to go diagonal towards us to the left and forwards 1. We're then going to go diagonal to left 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, filling in each time using a stone slab. We're going to go from here diagonal to side once, then diagonal 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And on the 3rd time, we're going to go all the way until we hit our road. So we just punch out a long strip until you hit the road. In my case, that is 37 blocks. So again, varies based on whether you're following this length of the road being 16 blocks away from the building. If you are, it will be a 37 strip. So the block we originally placed, and then 36. If you're not, again, it will be the width between your building and the road, which again will vary. And what we go ahead and do is replace this with black wool. So there's a 3 block gap. And then all the area within the perimeter, we go ahead and replace with black wool. Now, I'm not going to do that on camera because that's going to take forever and will be really boring for you guys. But that is what the drive-thru is going to be. And one thing we're going to add to the drive-thru is the booth, of course. And then or not the booth, the intercom for the booth is what I meant to say. So we're going to go around to the back side of the building. And right in front of this sandstone pillar on the far left side, we're going to place 2 blue wool. We can grab a button and put the button on it so it's like an official intercom. So right there, 1 blue button. And then what you can also do, if you really want to, is in line with this. So go to the left side of the stone slabs, count across 1 block, 2 block, place 2 blue wool, go diagonal forwards and up 1, and you have a little shape like this. Then leave a 2 block gap and essentially replicate the same again. So 1, 2. And then on the 3rd block, just have it something like this. And then you have like a bunch of little signs where you can put some item frames and advertise the stuff you're selling at your restaurant. But again, that's up to you. You can do what you want to do. Leave a 2 or 3 block gap. Again, that's up to you to customize. So all this area around here, again, is going to be black wool. I'll fill this in off camera. And pow! After a nice jump cut, this is what it looks like. So as you can see, it's black wool all the way around. And as you can see there, I played around a bit with the signage. Leave a 3 block gap, it looks a lot better. And then what you can do is chuck item frames on there and put some food items. As you can see, I've gone with chicken, rabbit, beef, because that's pretty much what they sell at Burger King, isn't it? Just like burgers with every form of meat in it. And then, of course, the dessert menu, so we got cake and also the drink menu. So I've got 4 of them in total, each one with a 3 block gap in between. It's just 2 pillars of 2 blue wool. As you can see, the first one is in line with this intercom thing here. So you can see the black wool goes all the way around and then loops all the way back to the road. Again, hopefully if you've built it with a 16 block gap, it will have a nice big open area out the front, which is what we're going to work with in a second. But before we do that, I also noticed that I forgot earlier to go into the restaurant and on this sandstone wall here, punch out a gap for the drive-thru windows, the drive-thru booths, and I'm just guessing here where it is because I can't actually see. Let me replace that so it's the block to the side. And punch out a 3x2 area for each one, and then also go ahead and replace the 2x2 floor with your birch planks. So as you can see here, that's what it looks like from the inside, and if you go around to the outside, it will look like this, and it will look a lot nicer because you can actually see into the restaurant now. So the final 2 things we're going to do, first off, we're going to add a little sign outside, which all kind of fast food chain restaurants kind of have. So for this, we're going to need our cobblestone wall, and we're going to go over to the left side of this drive-thru over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to count in 1, 2, 3, 4 from the outer ring of the drive-thru, and we're going to count 1, 2. So it's this grass patch right here, and we're going to build up 6. So on top of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 in total. On this, we're going to place a row of 3 quartz blocks, and this is where it says like when it's open and stuff. And on top of that, we're going to place 1 cobblestone wall in the middle. Now on top of this, we're going to place our logo, so it's going to be a smaller version of this one over here, so it's a lot less detailed, but it looks, you could still recognize it, I'd say. So the 2 left blocks, the left and middle, is blue wool, and then we're going to get our quartz block and go 1 to right using quartz. Now on the left side, we're going to go up diagonal, up twice, up diagonal to right, and to right 1, and on the right side, we go up diagonal, up twice, left diagonal, and makes a circle like this. Now in the middle, we'll have a 3x3 square, and we're going to use our yellow and red wool. So the first layer is 1 red, 2 yellow. The second layer is yellow, red, yellow. And then the final layer is quartz, yellow, red. And that is our logo. It looks like this. Again, this pillar at the bottom is 7 tall. And that is our little like sign outside for a restaurant. So that's one of 2 things we're going to do. The other thing we're going to do, and this is purely based on the fact that you have built this 16 blocks away from the front and you have a 16 block gap here, is we're going to add a little car park area and a little patio area. So this is not something I'd normally cover in the video. This would normally be in the exterior video, and I will be adding more detail to this in the exterior video, but for now we'll just be adding a brief outline, a small little car park, and then we'll be adding details later on in a separate video. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on the left corner where the drive-thru entrance is, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block we're going to place a stone slab, and we're going to bring it forwards 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to go up diagonal to right twice, and then build all the way across, and this like big area here should be 33 wide. So I'm not counting, but it will link up perfectly to this stone slab right here, and it will give you an area which is going to be a patio area, and then this area will be the car park. So this area now, we want to fill in with pure black wool, and then this area is going to be our polished andesite. So again, with a nice little jump cut, we're going to do that now. Okay, so once you've done that, as you can see, I filled it all in. This whole section here, including the side part, is all polished andesite, and then this whole section here is black wool. What you're going to do is grab your block of quartz, and we're going to come to the left side. From this first slab here, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block we're going to place a quartz. From here we're going to count 4, place quartz. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next block, place quartz. So every 5th block essentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, and then there should be a 4 block gap on this side. Now if you done it correctly, again 4 block gap on this side, 4 block gap on this side, and then 4 in between each one. You then, from this block of quartz here, build all the way to the slab, and that will be 6 blocks you've got to punch and replace, and it'll be 7 blocks in total. You're just going ahead and do this for each one, so build it towards the slab, replace it with a solid line of quartz, and that will give you individual parking bays outside your restaurant. Now as I mentioned before, we will be adding more detail to the exterior, but that will be in the external video that will be on the second channel later next week. So if you want to check that out again, stay tuned for the description. I'll update it when I release the video. But with that said, this is what it should look like so far, and this is where I'm going to end off the video again, purely because otherwise this video is going to be like 2 hours long, and I'll hate that, you'll hate that, everyone will hate that. But as you can see, this is what we got working with so far. We got the main building, and we got a bit of the exterior complete. I'll kind of like zoom out a bit so you can see the exterior if you want to do that, and of course the sign. So we're working with something really nice here. If that's all you want to build, then you're more than welcome to end off the video here. I do thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy, please do consider leaving a like. But anyways, again, on this video, that's all I'm going to show today. Stay tuned next time on the second channel where I'll be doing interior and exterior, or like adding detail to the exterior. So again, if you did enjoy this tutorial, let me know down in the comments below, and if you want to see more of them, I've got a Wendy's and Subway tutorial on the way. I may be doing like Taco Bell and a few of the other big chains, and yeah, let me know which restaurants you want to see, which chains, which like brands, retailers, that kind of stuff you want to see built, and I'll see what I can do. But again, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, definitely consider subscribing. Stay tuned for the second video. Until next time, my name has been Gummy, and goodbye.
eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?